it is August the 5th, 2026. August the 5th, 1966, 60 years ago. Doctor Who fans love an anniversary, David. You know this.
Yes.
It's 60 anniversaries of the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD that come to the
I love you, Luke. I love you for this. I so love you.
Yes, yeah, I love the invasion. I told Dom just before we come on, I was just like, oh, I just saw it then. I was like, oh, no, quick, I'm going to change one of the segments and swap it in. But yeah, it is 60 years since the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD.
Wow.
Yeah, Dan, are you familiar with the Peter Cushing films as a fan?
I am, and I actually think they're quite delightful. I think they're good fun, and you embrace them for what they are, and I think they're just fun to watch. I was first introduced to them just, I think, flicking through the channels on the Sunday. They must have been on ITV3 or I don't know, wherever it was. But they're just delightful. They're fun and they're camp, and I think Peter Cushing just really is creating the role. And damn you, Luke, I've got to watch it again.
Yeah, it's so good. Dom, as a Doctor Who fan, what's your relationship like with these films? Do you remember the first time seeing the Peter Cushing movies? And because this is my favorite one out of the two, I love this. This is the one I grew up on more so than the Daleks. So this is tangible for me. I was quite excited. But yeah, what's your relationship with these movies?
Oh, I watched them when they were. When I remember getting that little disc set they did decades ago. And I was obsessed with them as a kid. I was like, I just loved them because they're so fun. They're so colorful, so vibrant, and the characters are just great. I loved Peter Cushing's Doctor Who, as it were. And he was really, really good. He was genuinely. I mean, Peter Cushing is a magnificent actor anyway, so expect nothing less. But the Daleks as well were so well captured. In this format, I mean, they're just ripe. Like Dalek Mania and everything was in full swing, and I really do wish that this one made enough money for them to warrant making the chase, the version of the chase they were going to do, because that would have been great as well. It's just, no, these movies were. I remember watching that every time they came on Channel 5, because I remember, weirdly enough, they were on Channel 5 of all channels. And I don't know why, but every time they came on, I was just like, oh, Mum, please can I watch it? And yeah, they were just so enjoyable. I haven't seen them in years, and seeing that, it makes me want to watch them again.
David, what do these films mean to you?
Everything. I remember it being my Mum and Dad rented back in the day in 1984. They'd rented a VHS, a VCR that played VHSs. Because Dad had an idea that if he taped movies off the TV, it meant he didn't have to go and buy them on the set. So
the science checks out. Yeah,
that was the early days, and they weighed a ton. These VCR machines, they needed two people to carry them in. And so we rented one from Radio Rentals. And I said, oh, the Doctor Who film on. 1 week it was the Daleks over the summer of 1984. And I think he also wanted to, he taped the Daleks and the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD to give it its full title, and I wore out the VHS. Okay, when we finally got another video recorder, I wore it to buggery. I really did. The tape wouldn't play at all. It was like watching snow. By the end of it, I just watched the hell out of it, and I got the DVD set as Dominic had, and I just, for me, this is the definitive version of the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Okay, the William Hartnell version can go whistle. All right, I'm probably going to say heresy because this was brilliant. And any movie that starts, even if it's Doctor Who with Toccata and Fugue in D minor, is just amazing, with a stakeout and a robbery of a jeweler's. I mean, what brilliant way to start a movie. And then, you know, Bernard Cribbins, even the stupid sort of silly Robo Men music is just amazing. And like Dan,
iconic.
I watch this before I get to bed. But so I think it is just a tremendous film on how to edit down a really, really padded story from TV and make it cinematic. The location filming, that as you can see, the rubble, the underground treatment stations, the greyness about it, that Dalek mothership. What a ship! What a model! It's got Philip Maddock in it. What more do you need? As a real bad villain that thinks that hiding in a ramshackle hut will save him from the Daleks' fire extinguishers. You know, you've got the different coloured Daleks. It's Doctor Who in Technicolor. And it doesn't matter that it's not William Hartnell. It doesn't matter that it's not the original script. You've got the original Dalek voices there with echo, which makes them sound far more menacing. And it's just a brilliant, brilliant film. It's amazing. And it feels that the Daleks are a real threat. And you see them in color and you just go, wow, there's a red Dalek, there's a gold Dalek, there's an amazing Dalek. And it's just, you know, it's really believable. And I think it's one of the best things that Doctor Who has ever done in producing it for the for the large screen. And you will not get me to say to change my mind that I think this is and I love Bill Hartnell. I love his portrayal. I think he's an amazing Doctor, and I love him to bits. But for me, Peter Cushing and the cast in this knock it out the park. You know, it's gone in the river. The umpires have come out with a new box of balls, and it's that sort of hit. It's absolutely amazing. I'm gutted, as Dom said, that it just wasn't successful enough for them to do the chase, because I'd love to have seen what they'd done with that. Really would have loved to have seen what they could have done with that.
So, Dan, do you think now then, obviously we have the two Peter Cushing films, do you think it could be used as a kind of a way to prove that Doctor Who could possibly continue on as a British cinema franchise?
If you'd have asked me that about 10 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. Because I know there were the rumours about, was it the Harry Potter director, back when Moffat was showrunner, and I would have went, no. I mean, to be fair, if you'd have seen all our faces, Luke, when you put on that still, when you were announcing that, all our faces lit up. We all smiled. And I think that just says a lot about those two movies. Now, whether Doctor Who would work on the big screen now, as always, there are terms and conditions. There is an asterisk by it. Who's doing it? Who's the doctor? Who's the writer? Who's the production team? How they're going to do it? I don't know. I think it possibly could, but I think they worked really well because they were specifically for the big screen in Technicolor. They were specifically for Technicolor.
Yeah.
Doctor Who should be on TV, but maybe with the odd filmic elements. I think the core of Doctor Who is the TV show.
So it was never explicitly stated that it was going to be the chase, because some scripts have leaked and it was going to be like a macro, some kind of adaptation of the macro, or it was going to be two doctors going against each other. But if you had to do the third one, Dom, which one would you do? Would you do the chase, the Daleks Master Plan, 10th Planet, or would you do something wholly original, which was heavily rumored at the time?
That's a very good question, because I feel like the chase would be such a fun one to adapt, and that would be well in the style of these movies. I feel like Dalek's Master Plan probably is a bit too long to condense, probably doesn't have the same general appeal as a lot of the set pieces in the chase does, because of all the places it goes and involving all the classic like monsters like Dracula, etc., and all that jazz. If you did that, the big screen, that'd be fantastic, especially if you could you imagine if they did it and they got Christopher Lee as Dracula.
Yes.
Oh,
Because to see him and Peter Cushing on screen united again would be just delightful. Yeah. I would stick with the chase personally, because I think that's just got the most potential.
yeah. And obviously then, David, I did have about 5 or 6 questions, but you kind of answered them all already for me. So I'll go back to... No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's literally doing my job for me at this point. But we did touch upon it. It is Bernard Cribbins did give a turn, and obviously he returned back in the later years then. So this is kind of open to all of you as we finish off then. So does watching him now carry extra emotional weight because of what he did in the past with the movie, do you think? That's open to
that's
anyone.
a good question.
Bernard
No,
Cribbins was always one of my favourite companions as Wilfred Mott. I think he was an incredible actor, incredible man, and he was brilliant in those movies. I think it's more Bernard Cribbins the man rather than Bernard Cribbins the character, where you get that emotional heft from it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 2 very distinctive characters. I always felt that it was the actor rather than the characters. I liked Wilf Mott, I really did. Obviously, I knew he'd been Bernard Cribbins younger, had played Tom. It was Tom, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tom Campbell.
Yeah, the special constable. I felt that, bless him, Tom was just sort of like, oh yeah, it's just another day at the office, whacked over the head by some people committing an armed robbery, and suddenly, 200 years, sort of 190 years into the future, from Camden, and I thought he played a brilliant role as Tom Campbell. Obviously, the sort of Ian Chesterton type role of the swashbuckling sort of hero role, and in Wilfred Mott, again, a lovely character. But I think all it does, in answer to your question, no, I didn't get teary-eyed about it. I just was sort of just taken aback, and remember that his versatility as an actor to play parts that have got nothing to do with one another and still make them his own, and still the scenes.
Yeah.
I think he was a scene stealer, both in this and in all throughout the rest of his career. And as for his song "Right Said Fred," one of my favourite songs of all time. So I could have another cup of tea, if that's all right.
So one final question then. So one sentence from everybody. Dom, I'll start with you. What's the lasting It's 60 years to the day that it released in UK cinemas. So what's the lasting legacy of the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD, in your opinion?
That's a one sentence. Oh boy. I'd say it's just, I think all the elements in it made it work for me. And the Daleks are just, the Daleks are the Daleks, and who doesn't love a Dalek? Because they were just so extraordinarily popular back then. And honestly, who can blame them? Because they are great. So, yeah.
Daleks.
Yeah.
So, Dan, same to you. What in your opinion is the lasting legacy of the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD?
It put a smile on all of our faces when you brought it up, and it says that Doctor Who can survive and thrive beyond the TV show in glorious Technicolor.
Beautiful. Beautiful. David, I'll come to you last. Oh, Dom, I stitched you right up coming to you first, didn't I? I should have went to the journalist. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
I'm so sorry, Dom.
Can I show off my former journalistic editor's?
Hold on, David. I got to ask you the question. Question. David, one sentence. What is the lasting legacy of the Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD?
And I'm showing off my my former journalistic award-winning editor, student magazine abilities here, with this headline: the closest thing to perfection for a Doctor Who fan.